Subramanian Swamy, respond then. In that situation, because you have already started making allegations on social media. Some would say you went on Twitter to suggest Sonia Gandhi got the money. You went on Twitter to say an opposition party leader's son-in-law benefited. Many believe this was a reference to former Prime Minister Vajpayee's son-in-law Ranjan Bhattacharya. How can you make these public allegations without proof? The inquiry has not even begun, says Satyavrat Chaturvedi, and you are already making the allegations.
Well, first of all, in the social media, people ask me questions and I give my opinions. Now,
no, these are not opinion. You are stating facts. You are saying Sonia Gandhi.
I did not name Sonia Gandhi or Ranjan Bhattacharya or anybody.
You have insinuated, sir.
Well, that is your inference. Let me tell you concretely how to proceed.
Yes.
An FIR has been registered by the CBI.
Yes.
And now the CBI ought to have, it is not done, but should do it tomorrow, go to one of the courts in Delhi, designated courts, and ask for a letter rogatory. And there are 3 important documents where all the material is there. A 568-page Italian investigation report filed with the court in Milan.
Yes.
Second is a 100-page report on the arrest, leading to the arrest of the CEO of Finmeccanica,
yes.
Which is also filed in Milan. And telephone intercepts of conversations between the Indian head of the Finmeccanica and this Hashke or
yes.
whatever his name is. And also there is an English character called Christian Michael, who has very extensive contacts here. There is also a report that money was paid to Italian political parties through the portion that was reserved for Indians. The allegation was that the portion out of that they were paid. We need to get to the bottom of it. I'm sure that these remarks that I made in the social media will be proved once you get that material.
But the point is, much of this is like Bofors. In Bofors also, when the scandal first broke, a lot of allegations were eventually made. They were never followed up. They were never followed up to the point where eventually there was a closure report.
Not at all like Bofors.
No, is this now a political campaign more than a serious investigation?
Let me answer that. It's not like Bofors. Bofors, there was a one-sided investigation. The Bofors, the Swedes had to be dragged all along the way. Here, the whole investigation has started by people who are beneficiaries of the deal, namely the Italians. And we have been falling behind. So we are starting to get a head start because there's volume of evidence has been brought in the court records.
You believe that Italian probe report today gives prima facie evidence for the CBI to proceed and investigate and inquire against those individuals who have been arrested and named in the report?
Absolutely. It will also point out that important political leader in Italy who got 15 million euros for his election contribution and who from India enabled that to happen.
But at the moment the report names the former air chief and his 3 cousins. It does not at the moment a politician, but you have already insinuated that the money has gone to Indian politicians.
You are insinuating much more than me.
No, I'm asking, I'm telling you what you have said.
That this 568-page report you have not seen. And I can tell
we
you
have got the 568-page report. It does not name an Indian politician. It names the Tyagi cousins.
You have certainly there are telephone intercepts which you have not seen. Only you've seen it partially. You have not seen the 100-page report leading to the arrest of the.
I have got it, sir. Our reporter has translated. My point to you is very simple. Is this now about do you not suppose the Italian probe report as of now is revealing the names of the Tyagis? Do you believe that should be the focus of investigation, or are you determined?
I'm telling you how you should proceed.
Okay.
First, you get. As he says, you have to have evidence. You get a letter rogatory. What's stopping you from having a letter rogatory? But we saw
what happened with letter rogatories during Bofors to the point where a foreign minister of theirs virtually went to prevent that letter rogatory from reaching its logical conclusion.
So this time we'll be much more active in seeing that such things don't happen. But here the Italians are with you. There the Swedish are not with you.
Here you're saying the Italians are with you, there the Swedish were not with you. Satyavrat Chaturvedi, is there, somewhere underlying this, purely politically speaking, both the BJP and the spokesperson said this, that because there is an Italian connection, that is why this report is not being made public for so long. The insinuation was because your party president is of Italian origin, hence this is designed to target her. Do you see that as now a political battle which you will have to fight, and you will have to prove yourself that there is no connection to the Gandhi family?
Do you remember? I do. And most probably you do. During the Bofors issues, some of the leaders on the public rally used to pull out a paper from their pocket and say, here is the evidence. We can pin down this man tomorrow, Rajiv Gandhi. But nobody is listening to us. Then the same people came into power. They remained in the government. They became ministers, prime ministers, and who not. And after all that, it's a history. And we know, ultimately, court said there is not an iota of evidence against him.
Quick response, Seshadri Chari, to that.
Just a minute. Just a minute.
Yes,
not
go
at
ahead.
all. Now, the second thing that he raised,
Yes.
Mr. Swamy raised just now, letter regulatory, etc., all these procedures and details will follow, because only yesterday.
Sir, but in the past, when they have been followed, they have never reached their logical conclusion. In Bofors, it didn't happen.
My goodness. Let me say.
Yes.
Do all whatever he suggests. I have no objection. But the only thing I say, unless your own CBI has concrete evidence and investigated thoroughly into it, you cannot start any prosecution against any individual in the Indian court, because that is the legal requirement of your own law.
I would say that not only CBI, but there should be court monitoring of the CBI.
You are calling for Supreme Court monitoring of the CBI inquiry.
Exactly.
But
we should have an independent agency which will monitor CBI on a day-to-day basis. And
But you have already
like I
presumed
said,
certain people guilty. You have already believed
we
that
have
the
not done
Congress
it.
party
No.
is hiding the truth.
No, we have not done it.
Your
It was
spokesperson said.
SP Tyagi-
Your spokesperson said.
No,
this
our
is
spokesperson said Air
He
Marshal
used the Italian word. Let's
Air
be honest.
Marshal Tyagi has to do it.
No,
and there is an Italian connection in this, because this is an Italian company.
As far as
You
these-
cannot hide the fact that this is not an Italian company.
Somewhere you are creating in the public perception that Sonia Gandhi is involved.
The question is not we.
Yes,
it is the
you are-
Italian consumption.
You are creating.
I am saying that not only Sonia Gandhi, but her two sisters are also involved.
But on what basis?
Basis. That is what I am saying the CBI is responsible for. I have verified to this at my satisfaction.
Yes.
Do you remember in the very same studio, Mr. Swamy was here, I was here, and you were here. We were discussing that Chidambaram issue.
It's not over yet.
Where Mr. Swamy made tall claims, and I said, please go to the court.
I did.
Establish your thing.
Still it is there in
Ultimately, the Supreme Court rejected all his
It's not
claims.
over.
On
So
technical grounds.
he
You do not know.
He is used to
You
making
do not know.
such irresponsible allegations.
You do not know the Supreme
for
Court.
Political flares, and this has been his habit all his career, entire political career. I would only say,
I think we are addressing the most important issue here. The most important issue here is the CBI.
If you are making these allegations,
I am making these
then
allegations.
you will have to stand
I will
personally
stand.
responsible.
I will stand
for what you are saying.
You know that these are very serious, because just a minute. Let me get
you will
something.
have to stand
I will.
personally responsible for
There
all
is
your
no area where you have
Let
not
me
been
for a
corrupt.
moment bring